Now, before we learn the format of a diary entry, there are certain basic rules of diary entry. That is, if you want to develop the habit of writing a diary, the first rule says that diary writing is to be done. And I'm talking in personal life. If you really feel like writing a diary, don't just do it for the sake of doing. Secondly, it is highly appropriate to write your diary before your day begins and before the day ends. Now, writing before the day begins enables you to express your emotions about how the day will turn out to be, what might happen during the day, what you dreamt in the night, all such things. And in the evening, at night, when you are writing your diary, you can summarize the events of your day. You can try to relate it to the emotions you had in the morning. Now, a diary is a very personal form of writing, so it should be written in a very private or secluded place. Like it can be, you can write it in your bedroom, study room, or any place where there is nobody else who's present. It is best to write where nobody can see you writing in your diary, because you have to write something very personal about your life, your friends, about people, about things you like or dislike. So it should be done in a discreet manner. Now, this will reduce the possibility of the other person's attention being drawn towards your diary. Another thing is, it is not necessary to write diary every day. Write only when something unexceptional, interesting, different happens in your routine life. Uneventful days can be written with just date and time with a line or two describing it, nothing much. If you have not had a very interesting day. If you're wondering what to write, then there is no dearth of what you can write about. The matter which you can write can be anything, like your achievements, what you plan to do in future, something wrong that you did, some changes that you would like to make, some improvements, your likes, your dislikes. Whatever you write, it should be legible, it should be clear and neat, so that when you want to read it later, some point of time in your life, you don't have to guess what you have written. It should be clear to you. And another thing, your diaries can become the basic material for writing books also. So probably if you develop a habit now, later in your life, you can just go through your diaries, and they can, if you really turn out to be good writers, they can become the raw material for writing a book. Now, it is not compulsory to write each and every event of the day. Rather, make it a point that you only write exceptional and entertaining details. Writing in details about everything will make your diaries very boring and lengthy. And it will drain away your energy, and probably some point of time you will feel like just giving up this habit of yours. Now, keep your diaries secret, your diary writing secret as far as possible. Because if you reveal whatever you've written, you may harm, those people about whom you're writing those diaries. And if you've written something wrong about it, it can result in some sort of discord between you and them. So, you should always keep it safe and secretive if you are writing such a thing. And for that, you can also have a coded form for your personal diary writing. For effective diary writing, you can address your diary as a second person, like it's your friend. Hello, diary. Dear diary. Hi, diary. Or you can call it as a friend, like Annie Frank I was telling you earlier about. She used to call her diary Kitty. So if you have a personal diary where you are recording whatever you want to, you can give it a name. It can be your secret best friend also. And this method is very effective also because we tend to be more open about our emotions, and word formation is easy because in our day-to-day life we interact in this manner. So if you think that your diary is your best friend and you are addressing your best friend, writing in this manner, it becomes more natural and effortless and thereby more interesting. And diary writing is not only about words. You can also create self-portraits, pen portraits of others. You can also express your experiences, your hopes, fears, joys, sorrows. However, don't overdo it because then it'll become more of a scrapbook than a diary. Sometimes you can use photographs of flower petals or any such associated things which you feel will make your diary attractive and creative. Like if you have been to a theater or you've been to an interesting movie or a concert, or if there was something interesting in your school, you can write about it, and you can also paste pictures related to that. Or maybe you won in some competitions. So it can be done in this manner. Now, although it should be, but it's not a necessity that diary needs to be a very fine and organized piece of literature. You just need to be very observant as far as possible, truthful. Otherwise, the very purpose of writing the diary will be defeated. Most important of all, the diary should be, the thing that you possess as a diary. It should be a good quality paper and written by a good pen also, so that it lasts a lifetime. And when you grow up and you see that diary, you really feel good about doing something like that. Now the question arises how to make a diary entry. And in your exam, I'm talking about the exam point of view, you will have a question in the writing section expecting you to write a proper diary entry. To begin with, always remember DDT. That is date, day, and time. These three things have to be written on the left-hand corner of the page where you write your diary entry. Now, then you leave a line and can write a title about the diary that you are writing, the contents that you will be writing about. And then in the left-hand side, leaving a line, you write, Dear Diary. That is, you're starting the diary now and you're expressing or you're considering it as a friend or something like that. You can begin like this. When you have written Dear Diary, after that you can write like this. Today was a wonderful day, or the beginning can be as per the requirement of the question. In the body of the diary or the content, you can discuss an event, your feelings towards it, how it has affected you or is likely to affect your future plans, and thereafter you can conclude with a final remark and future course of action. Then sign your name or the name mentioned in the question in the left hand corner at the end of the diary entry. You can now see the format of a diary writing in the next slide. Noted? Very good. Take your time, please. Let us now write a diary entry that will enable you to learn this art properly. Okay, now this is the question for you. We'll be writing first about it and then we will write another diary entry. Then I'll give you a question and we'll write about it. First, let's have a sample diary entry here. On your way to school today, you found a boy washing the utensils in a tea shop. You felt bad for him. Write the incident in your diary in about 100-120 words. The hints given along with that are a small boy at tea shop, washing utensils one after another. I wish he should be like us, going to school. Child labor is banned under Child Labor Act. Now, let's see how to write the diary. For writing the diary entry, left hand corner you can see in the picture, it is already written. Date. First it's the day, then the date. And time is written on the right hand corner. You can also write it below the date also. So it can be day, date, time, or it can be date, day, time. And your day and date can be in a single line also. There should be no confusion in that. That is Friday, 10th February, like it's mentioned here, 2020. It can be written in a single line, and then the time at what you are writing the diary can be on the other side, on the right hand side of the page, or it can also be below the day and date. After that, if you feel like writing, if there can be a title for this diary, then you can make that title in the center and then leave a line and write, Dear Diary. Leave another line. Today I saw a very small boy in a tea shop. He must be of 12 or 13 years old. Please keep on writing this material. He was washing utensils and looked tired and sad. His owner kept giving him utensils one after another. He was washing them. I thought he should also be like me, studying in a school. Why does he have to work at this age? I could not understand. As soon as I reached home, I asked Mummy about it. She said he may not have anyone at home earning for their living. Mummy also told me that it is illegal to take work from children under the age of 14 as it is banned under Child Labor Act. I want him to go to school and study like me and my friends. And then, if you can see, the name of the child, Amit, is written just after leaving a line. So this can be the name that has been mentioned in the question, or it can be your name also. It can be written in both the ways. Here we are assuming that this boy's name is Amit and he is writing a diary entry about something probably he found really painful for a child, for the other child, and he was disturbed by this, and that is why he has written something like this. Now, I would like you to write a diary entry on your own. Now that you've completed this diary entry, I would like you to write a diary entry on your own, and the question will be, it's very relevant to these days. Now, these days we are facing so much of trouble because of the pandemic that we are facing. So I would, and the various measures that have been taken up to curb this problem, to get rid of this problem. And our Prime Minister Modi ji had also asked us to develop this feeling of nationalism by asking us to light lamp and also to thank those who are doing so much for us. Now, in this regard, I would like you people to write a diary, especially for April 5, 2020, of the evening when your entire colony gathered definitely in their own houses, to support our PM's initiative of fighting against COVID-19. Now, in your diary, include what you did that day, how you planned, because you knew about it a few days back also. It was told to you that it should be done on this particular date at a particular time. So you should include what preparations that you did for that day. Then what time you gathered in the balcony or in your veranda. What happened at night? What sort of feelings were evoked? Because everybody gathered together there. And then end on a positive note about our fight against COVID-19. Thank you, children, and have a nice day.